Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And this morning, I noticed there were quite a lot of people who were really sad to see that XRP didn't go up like crazy, while most other altcoins did. Like, for example, Bitcoin went up to 34 point something thousand. It might even go higher in the time that I need to edit and upload this, who knows. Ethereum right now at $940, going completely nuts. Litecoin at 150, and then oh, I'm getting called. Let me turn that off. XRP at only 22.2 cents. So yeah, I understand, right? Look at the rest of this. However, to me, it actually does not matter too much. Why? Well, I think mainly for two reasons. One, like Jesse Hines said, this is all another push towards diversification. Even though possibly XRP is my favorite asset, which I do think eventually will get a lot of gains if the lawsuit turns out properly, there are chances that other coins will get you more. So even though, think about this one, even though XRP may in the end give us the most amount of gains, it's not a certainty, but it could. Over a very short amount of time, it could be that other coins perform better, which is why you diversify. And I've always been vouching for this, as I personally have more in Bitcoin than I have in XRP. I think most of you guys know that. Even though I believe more in XRP's potential to gain us more in percentages. Hopefully I made that clear. I think I did. It just basically is about the fact that you got to diversify your risk. And I got a lot of these coins. You guys all know I talk about this so often. But again, that's another push towards it. So even though, again, the longer term is set, the short term may deviate. So Max said, I'm tired and a bit burned out over all the negative news about XRP, but I will not let you down. I will continue to share XRP news here because I have complete confidence in Ripple and a positive ruling in the SEC lawsuit. How I don't know any more than you do, Ripple will win. Such a beautiful product, XRP, which is being attacked on all sides, only makes me think that we are on the right line, despite today's price. There is so much behind this that I don't know either, and what I think eventually the use case of Bitcoin will lose against XRP. And then what will happen is that all those Bitcoin dollars earned will flow to XRP and Bitcoin's market cap will dry up. Our patience has been tested for 3 years, but be patient. Banks and institutional investors will swap, and you will have no idea how much that will be. The wave will be big and high and will cause a tsunami in the financial world. Everyone knows that XRP is useful, but they're afraid of it. After all, it will cost a lot of jobs in the financial sector and contracts world. What is happening now is the slowing down this process. Now, that's not completely true. It would actually create more jobs than it would lose, I think, but all right. And the world will no longer be able to do without blockchain and smart contracts, so my eyes are fully focused on XRP and Flare. Share this and do your research. XRP, Flare, Ripple, yada, yada, yada. So, to me, the most important part about all of this is the fact that there's actually quite a lot of potential, even though there's in no way a certainty that it will do good, and I'm in no way, shape, or form am I telling you guys to hold, all right? That's not my job here. I'm just reporting on what I'm thinking here and what I'm noticing, but it's not financial advice. You can do whatever you want. I literally don't care if you sell it, all right? You can go right on ahead. If you think that's your better financial decision, do that. For me, however, I kind of feel two kind of moods. One is I'm going to try purchase as much as I can at the bottom here because, for example, Ethereum has already gone up so much right now in the shortest amount of time, and I already have quite a lot of Ethereum where I'm like, maybe I should just get XRP because that one has already now moved to the 5th spot and there's a lot of potential for it still, because we all kind of are betting on that this lawsuit from February is going to be a positive thing, right? We're all kind of betting on that. So I'm like, maybe I should just then bet on XRP and have a little bit more risk, which I do like to a certain degree. Or should I still go for coins like Bitcoin and kind of hope it's going to just push towards 36,000 and just maybe onwards and forward, since I think all the retail guys will only start getting into Bitcoin once we really hit 50K. At first I thought 34. Before that we thought 29, but 34 was our next target. However, right now I'm thinking maybe we could just push towards 50. Why? Well, I still haven't noticed the main retail pumps like we saw in 2017, which may be because institutions are just buying constantly. But it also may be just because our space right now is very much different. It's pretty hard to say. By the way, guys, I talk about this Apollo thing, this GSX quite often. And the main reason I do that is because I put some money in myself. And I'm in no way trying to recommend you guys to do the same thing, all right? I'm just showing what I have done. And basically for me, it is about the idea that it's going to be the first growth coin. Some people said Securities, some people said US, some issues and whatnot. I asked the team because, again, you can just ask them stuff and they replied to me pretty quickly. Maybe because I do YouTube. That could be, I don't know. But when I ask them questions, they have pretty logical answers to everything that we've had. We've all discussed in the Discord all the potential risks and all the, I guess, good sides to it. And basically, I would say the risk is the fact that it never launches. That could be for any project that is not really openly traded just quite yet. But the positive side is that if they do, same thing for XRP winning the lawsuit, the gain potential are humongous. And there are some other rules which are kind of strange. I must admit, they are kind of strange. Whenever I think about it, I'm like, well, it doesn't really matter whatever happens, because if you're already part of it and something gets ruled, for example, let's say XRP were to get ruled a security, right? Let's say, for example. Well, you're still going to have your XRPs. You might have to, quote unquote, sell them or at least get rid of something like that. But if, for example, the US is only 1% of the total of XRP holders, if it were to be, for example, and they'd have to get rid of it, it's a little bit bearish, but the coin would still survive. The same thing for XRP literally right now. The US is actually not that big of a percentage for XRP's complete trading volume. And it's also really not that big for Ripple's whole operation. So XRP could really survive and thrive and go on. It's just going to be a temporary dip, a very big one. And most likely would just drive a lot of Europeans and others out because they just do not like to have a restricted currency. However, since XRP is labeled not a security in multiple countries, which could happen for other coins as well, which could happen for other projects, it's really not that big of an issue. And a couple of people said, man, this looks like a security. I've asked them, and they have a good rebuttal to every single thing out there. But if you have any questions, just join Discord, ask in the main chat, just ask around, and I can ask it forward. I can just forward it if you guys want, or we can discover it together. But I put a couple thousand in. I'm like, well, let's just try it out. This bonus keeps going down every single, 5 days or so. Right now it's 23%, in 5 days it's going to be 22, and so forward and so on. You also get bonuses for buying huge amounts. Again, I don't know if I can recommend that, but hey, there you go. And there's also a 5% bonus for using my link. I get 5%, you get 5%, I believe. All right. So I've also been talking about the Jesse here. The main reason I sometimes bring him up is because I actually think he has a very clear view on the whole situation, and he's actually gotten a ton of followers in the last, 10 days or so, 5,000 already, because he's just talking about this XRP lawsuit, and I should say Ripple lawsuit, maybe. He said, for example, let's briefly talk timeline for the SEC v. Ripple case. I will provide a better breakdown on COIL. A pre-trial conference has been set with the Judge Torres on February 22nd. The point of this conference is to determine if there is hope of settling and discovery dates. The case will not be decided on this date. Discovery is the process by which parties learn basically everything they can about the other side's facts. They get to request documents and take depositions, which are interviews, learn about all the facts, witnesses, and any documents, etc., etc. Judge Torres generally sets a 120-day period for fact discovery, which may be shortened if there are exigent circumstances. From that 120-day period, Judge Torres then allows 45 days for expert discovery, and the final pre-trial submission date is 30 days after. Then trial is set thereafter. So if this goes to trial, at best, you are realistically looking at after 195 days from February 22nd, 2021, which is September 5th, 2021. But that is unlikely. There are always delays and consents to push back dates and extend discovery. I'll be able to give you a better timeline when Judge Torres sets the discovery timeline on February 22nd, which is pretty amazing, because I didn't know all that stuff. Again, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not really good with the law, especially American law. And in this case here, I do think we might have to wait a very long time for the settlement to really come down and to really get the complete win or loss. However, I think it's actually the most important to see what they can bring up February 22nd, because if Ripple has a very proper rebuttal, if they can actually claim all these things, like, for example, no, Brad Garlinghouse did not sell, no, this did not happen, or this happened differently, and they can only prove it to us at least, well, yeah, it has to still be decided by the court whether or not that looks real and it's sufficient. But I kind of feel as if my trust in them, if they give a document out, should be enough to make a new judgment. Because if I think that document looks good, I'm still hands over heels, whatever, falling for Ripple as of this point. But hey, Jesse said, it's crazy that it took an SEC lawsuit for people to diversify their holdings. I'm extremely long XRP more than anything else, but I never held just XRP only. I've never done that either. A big reason I didn't sell any XRP is because I was already diversified and I'm not a trader. Even though I am a trader, guys, I do kind of feel as if for a couple of these coins, like right now for Bitcoin, it is just very risky to sell them. Right? A lot of my friends are like, oh, so what's your exit? Let me quickly see. Somebody just texted me like a couple hours ago. He said, what's your, what did he say now? Oh yeah, what's your sell goal? I said, I don't really know. I don't know what I should do with the money, so I'm just going to keep it for right now. Because I also said to you guys in the video before, what if you had, for example, let's just pick an arbitrary number. What if you had $100,000, right? And you can cash out of crypto right now. What would you do with that? You can pay off some debt, okay, but you don't have those potentials to get some freaking huge amount of money that we're into this crypto space for. Even if you had $1 million, what then? What would you do with that money? I'm like, okay, maybe buy a couple of houses, but it's not even that easy, because if you want to buy a house like that, for example, and you only have $1 million, you can buy, let's say, 1, maybe 3 houses. But as long as your income is not amazing, I don't think they're going to give you some very big loans, or at least you can buy a couple of houses then, maybe 2. For example, if the price is, let's say, 200,000, maybe 300,000. But you're not going to get that many unless you have some very good friends who know what they're doing, or you have some long history of working a pretty good job already. Otherwise, they might just call you lucky and you're done with that. Maybe it depends actually on what country you're in. But I'm not swinging Bitcoin right now. I'm thinking about it, but I'm not doing it because I just kind of feel as if maybe if we push a little bit further right now, we can actually push towards 50, which can push towards 100. Sounds really strange, but I do kind of think as if we hit 50, we might just push all the way through, which again would kind of bring us to a point of no return. And the rest here, I'm actually going to do in another video. I wanted to talk about Grayscale and XRP and why I think that XRP, can go down right now, but ultimately will not. But I'm going to leave it at that for today. It's just, I think XRP is going to get me the most amount of gains in total over a longer period of time. However, short term, I do think there might be a couple other coins which are better, which is why I'm going for multiple. And that doesn't mean I'm bearish. That doesn't mean I think you guys should sell. Doesn't mean that I am selling. It's just realistically, I'm trying to make everybody the most amount of money. You think about that? Right? I'm trying to make sure that everybody makes the most amount of money with the knowledge that I can give. Even though it's not financial advice, hopefully you can do something with that in your own little research and, get something going. So yeah, I hope you the best. I wish you the best. And thank you guys all for watching. Take care. Have a very juicy day.